Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and obviously yes, it's a long time because I've been busy with other stuff, you know, um, doing like visualization work, other stuff. So now I'm back in the channel. Now I'm back to the channel, and hopefully I'm going to give you more valuable content for you guys. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about importing materials from SketchUp to 3ds Max. Now, obviously, I may have talked a lot on SketchUp and 3ds Max, but it is very important on how to do this correctly and edit them in 3ds Max. So it's going to be a interesting and fun lesson for you. Okay, maybe this editing style might not be fun and interesting, but I mean, like, if you follow this process clearly, step by step, to a T, then it will make your life a lot easier. Yeah. So without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, welcome back to my laptop, and I'll be showing you obviously how to use materials, well, import export project with materials and how to edit them. Now obviously this is just a basic cabinet that I've modeled, but this can apply to any architectural project, you know, like living room, bedroom, kitchen, etc. But this is just a small, simple tutorial, but very effective. Okay, so I've decided to make a cabinet in wood, maybe some marble materials, other stuff, just very simple. I've explained in my other videos on why you should use materials in SketchUp, and the SketchUp are the foundation of visualization uh, in this tutorial. So I won't be talking too much about it, so let's get to work, obviously. And I've also provided a person, obviously. The reason why I did that is to check scale and to show you uh, the coordinates, that you don't need to calculate the coordinate and, you know, like moving all around, like moving the project around, all that stuff. I have purposely put the project within the origin just to show you that you don't need to think too much about coordinates, because 2ds Max is going to do it for us. Okay, so obviously make sure wood, metals, and like I said, make sure you put it in groups and components. So let's say you can see that on entity info I've got some called tags. You can see these are layers. Okay, so these are layers in SketchUp, and whatever you make the layers, it will be exactly the same in 3ds Max. Very simple stuff, very simple. Okay, so even the fridge as well and everything. Now first what you're going to do is file, export 3D model. Okay, so I'm going to go to I'm going to save it into documents just to illustration purposes. So cabinet for 3ds Max video for this tutorial, and make sure that you select FBX. If you do not select FBX, if you select any other files, you will have problems. I've tried it. Okay, you will have problems. If you want exact same materials, exact same groups, component layers, you have to use FBX. Okay, options, leave it at this. Even though it's meters or millimeters, just leave it at this. Okay, export texture maps, yes, we want that because for the materials, and Y is up. Okay, you can check that by the coordinate settings in SketchUp to see which one is the Y coordinates. Okay, So yeah, so don't do anything, just go export. So let's just wait for SketchUp to export it. Okay, it's finished. Now we'll go to 3ds Max. You know, I've just opened 3ds Max, it's untitled. So this is a new fresh 3ds Max. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to File, Import, Import, just import. Okay, so it may take some time to open. Then I'm going to go to this Documents, and there you go. Cabinet for 3ds Max Video. Make sure it states AutoCAD FBX file. This is exactly what you want. Okay, so double click on that. Okay, let's wait, and there you go. It is exactly the same as SketchUp. So if I am going to screen for you, okay, you can see it touched the origin very nicely. Exactly the same with the person and everything. Okay, so I'm just showing you proof. So no hiding, no gimmicks. I'm just showing you proof. Now, let's say you want to um, edit the materials. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to corner converter. So if you're using corner render, then yeah, that's different. I'm not sure about V-Ray, but I've used corner render more often than V-Ray. But this is what I do. So we're going to go click on convert. Okay, that's finished. Materials, that's good. Now I'm going to press M on my keyboard, or you can go to this one called Material Editor. Okay, Material Editor. Okay, so make sure if you're using corner render, make sure you have corner render over here. If you're using V-Ray, make sure you use V-Ray materials for more realistic. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this pipette. Okay, to color selection, I'm going to select the wood. Now it's going to give me this wooden material. Okay, so let me just put this aside just to show you guys. Let me see. Okay, so if I click on this, right, let's say if I'm going to choose blue. Okay, here's the problem. The blue is not working. I want, let's say I want a blue wood material. How can I do that? It's weird, right? I want to change materials, but it doesn't work. So the level works. You can see the level. You can see it changes the color. Let me put on level 1 again. Roughness. So obviously the roughness is extremely rough. 0 is kind of shiny. Obviously you won't be able to see it here unless you press the unless you go to render setup, but I will be showing you more on the channel on how to render, corner render, bump, all that stuff. So I'm going to let me see, control Z, okay. But the only problem that I cannot change the color, right? It's weird. So what I'm going to do is we need to do a bit extra step here. Click on this, on this small thing, hold it, go to maps, corner, okay, go to corner, color correct. And then what you're going to do, hold and click and just drag it to base color. Now you have bit more freedom to change the color. Okay, so when I click on color correct, you have many options: saturation, hue, gamma, brightness, and contrast. So watch if I'm going to change any value. If I go brightness, you can see change the color. Okay, change the color. If I go contrast, okay, so if I undo these, okay, there should be this again. Okay, color correct. If I go saturation, you can see different color, make it red, gamma. So you don't really want to mess with gamma, so that's kind of like a weird pixelated picture. Obviously you don't want to do that, just leave gamma for now. So you can change brightness, contrast, saturation, and hue. So I'm just gonna, can you see I made it blue now, so you can just experiment it. Dark blue, saturation is between 1 and -1. Hue is between 180 and -180. Okay, so if I'm gonna just mess around, obviously I'm just doing randomly. Okay, brightness is between 1 and 0, obviously, and contrast is between 1 and 0. You can see very nice. I'm just doing it off my head, so I'm just showing you guys. See, now let's say you've got this material and you want to paint it into other wood, or you want to apply it to the other materials. I mean other object. What you're gonna do is, see that thing, that rectangular thing. You're gonna hold it, well, click and hold it, and then go to, it says mesh 19, to what materials you would like to paint. Okay, and there you go, boom, that's it. You can go like this, boom, very simple, very nice, very simple. That's what I love about 3ds Max as well. Obviously I'm going to be showing you more stuff in the future on visualization, on how to render stuff. It will be amazing. Another option what you could do is, I'm going to click multiple. Oh yeah, by the way, you can see some groups and components. Why you have to do groups and components in SketchUp at first, so it makes it easier for us. Let's say if I'm going to delete it, you can see it's inside, right? So that is why it's very important. FBX, by the way. Now, let's say I'm going to select multiple cabinet doors by holding Control key. Okay, so I'm going to select this one, select, okay. You have option. You can either drag this like this, select, assign to a selection, okay, just like this. Or you could use this one, it has one square, just like this. Okay, so you have option. So my way, just my way, that's my prefer. I just love to use like this. That's just me, but you have many other options. So I hope that this makes sense. And then you could do the other one. You can do other materials. Let's say if I want this marble, so I can go here, this pipette, click on the marble. Okay, so I'm going to see marble. That's very nice. Roughness to be 0. You can see very nice and shiny. Obviously you will not be able to see in the modeling section, but you will be able to see in the render part, which I will be teaching you in the future videos on how to do that. So this is kind of like a basic, simple yet effective strategy on how to convert SketchUp to 3ds Max with materials. Let's do one more. So I've got the fridge, even the fridge. You can do the fridge. I know this is kind of weird, but I recommend that you just stick to simple things. If not, just leave it out. Okay. I'm gonna wait, let me just more space like this on this metal thing. So I recommend that you just don't change anything else. Okay, just leave it like this. Silver. So obviously there is no base material for that. You can just leave it for now. Okay, you can just leave it for now. And I'll be also be explaining on how to import appliances or assets into 3ds Max, because in SketchUp, okay, SketchUp's assets is not really that great, and it's not really that high quality, and I will be showing you how to do that in 3ds Max in the future. So I hope that this makes sense. If you do find this tutorial helpful, just let me know. And so yeah, I think that's it for today's tutorial, and I hope this makes sense. And let's go back to the camera. Alright guys, so I hope that this makes sense. If you like this video, please smash a like, comment and subscribe to my channel, so it really helps my channel boost the algorithm to reach more people like you to get into visualization. And I want to give more valuable content to you guys, so all the knowledge that I've gained in courses, everything, I want to share with you guys. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, if you do have any questions, I will leave a Instagram link down below in my description so that you can ask me any questions. If you do want any help with one-to-one style, then please let me know as well. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.